Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to another amazing and empowering episode of Pep Talks with Megan De La Concha. I am so excited to be filtering into your ears this beautiful Monday morning. Hopefully, that's your chosen time, your dedicated time to listen, to tune in, because it really sets you up for an awesome, empowering week. And I don't know about you, but I need like all the empowerment I can get on Mondays. So here we are today, and thank you so much for joining me yet again. I truly just love being here. I love being in this space. It's like my thing, it's where I feel the most natural. Like this is what I was born to do is, talk. And I feel like I have some really good insights on a few things. Some might be a little, I don't know, but you know what? I'm going to share them anyway because that's just who I am. And some people are going to agree and some people aren't. And that's totally cool. I am like down for all of that. I do want to just have a quick update. I know if you're tuning in on YouTube, I keep pushing, if you're following me on social media, the links that you see, even on my website, push you towards YouTube. And then you get to YouTube and there's like, where the heck is the video? And video is super important to me because I want you to see who I am. I have a huge personality. I am very charismatic. I talk a lot with my hands. You can read my emotions through my face. Just ask my husband when I try to deny it. And it's important for me I just feel like it's like another sense of connection. But here's the honest truth. First of all, we are kind of working on leveling up our digital slash video production. So while we do that, we are sticking to just audio for right now. And another thing is that I'm at home with my 3-year-old toddler. And there are some days, depending on our schedule and what we have to do, because we're a very busy household, he doesn't really take naps, if there isn't enough time for him to take a nap. And so, you know, Imma do what I said. I was one of those moms where I was like, "I will never do that," and here I am. But I give him my phone. I put on YouTube Kids, I give him my phone. He is distracted for a good 20, 30 minutes while I sit here and have a conversation with my gang, and it works. So that's another reason why I might not have video is because it's being preoccupied. But you know what? 'Tis the season of life. It's only temporary. It's not like this forever. We will find another solution. He will grow out of it, etc. So you just kind of take it as it comes and you do what you can do, right? You don't use it as an excuse to stop. You don't use it as an excuse to fall back and be like, well, it's not going exactly how I want it to go. So there's no point because, I'm really not going to deliver what it is I want to deliver. Yes, you will. And yes, I will. Because the point of all of this is not for you to look at me. It's for you to hear. It's for you to listen. And it's for me to serve you in some type of way by making my life very open and making the sacrifice of privacy and talking about my life and talking about my past and things that are very real and very raw so that it comforts you in a way, or so that it just helps you know that you are not alone. Like you're not alone in this journey. You're not alone in your celebration, and you're not alone in your disappointments, and you're not alone in your struggle for sure. And my purpose is to just help other people understand that, because that gives them hope. We all come across struggles and difficulties and adversities in our life. And it is so easy to walk through this life and just have them drag us down every single day. And I lived that life for a really long time. And I was so exhausted by it. So when I did the inner work to flip that coin around and to really just change my perspective on things, really look at my disappointments as opportunities. And it's not always easy. It is not easy. That's all I have to say. But to look at my disappointments as opportunities and to have just a shift in perspective and say, okay, what can I learn for this? Or what good is going to be brought up, in this disappointment? It gives me hope. It restores my hope. And I can wait in hopeful expectation that there's just something better in store for me. And I might just have to wait a little bit longer. And we all know waiting is the hardest part. But it makes me a little bit stronger. I'm always in training. It's always preparing me for what's better and better. My job is to be an active participant in that waiting period, because it's what counts during that waiting period. When you're waiting from A to B, when you're waiting for an answer, when you're waiting for a callback, what you do in those moments of waiting is what really defines your confidence and your resilience and your freedom. And I have chosen actively to praise God when I'm waiting for things, really waiting for things. And I'm not saying, I mean, yes, it could be a 24-hour wait and it could be a year or a few years, but just constantly having a thankful heart and a grateful heart and and being genuine about it. It's not always easy. Trust me, I have my days where I'm just like, you know what? I feel fake AF right now saying thank you for this. And it's really hard. And the Lord knows it's hard. And I'm going to do an episode on that because that's kind of been the season that I'm in, is in just embracing disappointments and difficult times. Um, so let me not get into that, but I just want to encourage you guys that all it really takes is an everyday practice of a shift in perspective. And to help you start, I am still offering a free guide that I teach my clients. Yes, they pay money for this, in their private coaching. And I also use it myself. Anything that I'm giving to you guys is not something that I have not put through the ringer myself. But head over, in the show notes, there is a link to my bio, or not my bio, I'm sorry. Hello, Instagram. There is a link to a guide called How to Instantly Boost Your Day every day in under 3 minutes or less. And it's really a practice in shifting your perspective. And it feels a little silly. It feels a little weird. It feels difficult at first. But once you start practicing that, it becomes easier and easier and easier to the point where it's just completely integrated into your day. And you will start to see things differently. You will start to look at disappointments as opportunities. You will start to look at difficulties and struggles as things that are meant to be there in order for you to grow in the way in which you want to grow, in the way that you desire. You can't grow when things are just super duper smooth and awesome and everything is just going the way you want it. Like, there's no growth in that. And you just kind of learn to see things really through rose colored glasses. But for me, it's kind of that's really how you should be seeing things. We're just so inundated with trying to fight the good fight, trying to fight feelings that feel bad, trying to control and grasp circumstances that may not be, how we want them to be or how we want them to look. And we are so busy making things harder for ourselves that when we just surrender and just shift, just a tiny, tiny little shift that takes practice every day, because it's a mental discipline, you will really start to see the fruits of your life just coming forth, and they're brighter and they're juicier and they're sweeter and they're bigger than ever. I have experienced this myself, so I am living proof. So head over there now in the show notes, or you can go on to Instagram at Megan De La Concha, or even Facebook. It's embedded in so many of my posts, especially the last couple of weeks. So grab that while you can and start doing that today, and let me know in the comments how it goes. Or if you're struggling, I can help you with that, but it really is a game changer. So I'm super excited to bring that to you. Now, as we're 10 minutes in, let's get into topic of today. Y'all, I am hosting an interactive workshop at the end of this month. So if you're not following me on social media, if you have not subscribed to my newsletter, you need to do that right now. And so you do not miss out on what is coming, because it is superb. I have been working on this since August, September, and I'm really excited, but I am hosting an interactive workshop free with me on how to create your new life vision. And let's create that vision before January 2022 so that when you actually enter into a new year, you already have everything lined up. You are already ahead of the game. So you can start, or not even start, but you're already rolling into your new life's vision instead of saying, well, I'm just going to start. Why? Start now so that when January 2022 comes in, you are on fire. So again, follow me on social media for important dates or subscribe to my newsletter, which is the absolute best way because y'all are going to be able to get on the waiting list first to attend this interactive workshop where we work together live on creating your new life vision. So the past couple of weeks I've talked about how to live within the confinements of today, how to take the worry out of tomorrow by focusing and coming back home to the present. And with that being said, we laid the groundwork. And then we learned last week how to create a daily schedule that brings value and alignment with who you are so that every day when you lay your head down, it's not that you're just so exhausted because you checked off all the boxes, but you actually had a deeply purposeful and fulfilling day where you felt you moved the needle in your own personal and professional life. I love that episode. It's something I've been living by and practicing the last 4 months, and it has changed every day. It's changed my life. It really has. It's changed my business. It's changed my attitude. My I see the change in my kids because I am more calm, I'm more at peace. I have more energy and I have more focus for the things that bring value to this household, to my life, to myself, and to this family. And I go to bed excited every day to wake up. Even if I have so many things on my list to do. You guys, it's really awesome. So if you have not caught those last two episodes, please go back and do so. That's episode 38 and 39. And today we're going to kind of build on that. And I want to put this in perspective for you because I'm a girl who likes analogies. I like it when I can take something that seems like an amazing concept, an amazing idea, and I like it when someone applies it to like a real life situation. So you can kind of connect that dots. You can connect, the reality. You can connect the what am I trying to say? The relatability and say, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Like when you say it like that, I totally understand. That makes sense. And I've been practicing this as well. And it's really like when you are creating your new life vision or when you are trying to make these changes in your life that you want to make, know you need to make, have a desire to make, and you are actively trying to work through different things in your life to change, I want you to think about, or even if you're just starting, I want you to think about building your life, the blueprint of your life, as if you were to build a house. I know every single one of us has a house that we drive by every single day, a house that we look on Zillow or Trulia every single day, a house that's on our vision board, a house that we dream about, a house that we sleep about, a house that we we vision all the time as our dream house, right? So we all have that. So I want you to get that in your mind. And I want you to apply everything that you envision for that house, including not just what it looks like as far as granite or marble countertops or what color the tile is or wood or if it's a cabin or if it's a colonial home or if it's a Spanish style, kind of like that terracotta home, or if it's a tiki hut, on the beach somewhere, whatever it is, however that makes you feel when you're walking through the door, or when you're waking up every morning and you go downstairs to make coffee, or you go across the hall to make coffee, or whatever, go outside, the feeling that you get when you're in your dream home. I want you to harness that feeling when you're creating your life's vision. So when you think about your dream home, right? You know the colors, You know what kind of appliances you want. You know what rooms are important for you. For instance, bathrooms are super important. Um, the size of the bedrooms, not so much. But kitchen, I want a huge kitchen. My husband is a professional chef. I want a huge chef's kitchen and I want an open floor plan because I love family and friends. I love hosting. I love the connection and the chemistry and the fellowship of having people together and kids running around. That is important to me. So if a house is perfect in every other way and does not have like the kitchen and the open floor plan, it's a no-go for me, right? So you think about all these things. You know exactly what you want. You know how many bedrooms, you know the square footage, you know the color of the walls, the color of the baseboards, the color of your toilet handle. You know all of that stuff. So I want you to take that into how you're building your life. What is in your life? What rooms are important to you in your life? Is it your career? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it your just yourself, your spirituality? What rooms represent the biggest things in your life that you absolutely have to have? Like these are what I call non-negotiables, right? You're very specific and detailed in the house that you want. So you need to take that specificity and that detail and apply it to your life. And it's super easy. Because let's say you're in this beautiful dream house. You're not just going to let anybody come in and track mud all over your life. You're not just going to have anybody, you're not even going to let your kids, nor your husband or your spouse or your partner come in and just throw their socks everywhere. Not in this beautiful house. You're not. No, right? You're going to have expectations. You're going to have house rules. And you are going to expect your guests to respect rules, or let's call them boundaries in your life. So at the same time, you're not going to let just someone come in and track mud all over your life, come in and wreak havoc, come in and just plop on the couch and start smoking a cigarette, put it out on your brand new leather recliner. Like you're not going to let that happen in your house. So why would you let people like that come into your life? Or if people like that are already in your life, how long are you going to accept that and tolerate that? So when you kind of start to make this comparison of like, okay, this is my dream house. And I know that people are like, this is weird, but it's true because the house is somewhere that you live in, correct? Your family lives in it. There's memories, there's tears, there's laughter, there's joy, there's breakups, there's pain, there's safety, there's security, there should be. You go through your darkest moments in the safety of your home, and you also celebrate the biggest, most amazing moments in your house as well. It's where your family thrives. It's where you come home. You start your day every day in your home and you end every day in your home. This should be your life is the same. You start every day wherever you are, wherever you go, there you are. I just heard that quote the other day, actually, on a documentary. A Boy Named Scott. It was about Kid Cudi. Really good. But someone on there had said the quote and said, wherever you go, there you are. You wake up in who you are every day and you go to bed in who you are every single day. So you have to build your life like this is your safe haven. This is your home. So you got to set like those house rules are your boundaries. What do you do to protect your home? You put up hedges for privacy. Maybe you have a really long driveway, so it takes a little bit for people to get up that driveway so you can see who's coming. Before you enter this house, let me see who's coming up the driveway, right? And that way you know whether to turn the lights off and tell the kids to be quiet, or you open the door and say, "Oh my God, come on in." That's a boundary. That's security. You are safeguarding your own home. What else do? We put up security systems, right? We put up fences. Those are all boundaries to keep your precious home safe. That should be emanated into your life. Who's coming up the driveway? Who's trying to come into my life? I am not home. No, sir. Or come on in. Let me get you a cup of coffee. Let me pour you a glass of wine. I love having you here. So who are you allowing into your life? Who are you letting see? Who are you giving vision to let people see into your life? Like, what information are you giving people who might not have the best intentions and they're going and running their mouth around like, oh my God, did you hear what happened to Megan? Do you know what's in her life? They'll come at you like, hey girl, so tell me what's going on. How are you doing? How's your husband? And you're like, you know what? I just need to vent. And then next thing you know, the whole mommy and me group knows exactly what the little things that you're going through because you let that person into your home. You let them take a look around and they saw the clutter and you know, they saw the mess and they see that that fridge might be a little bit empty because you just haven't had time to run to the store, right? You let them look over the hedges, right? So these are the boundaries that you have to set up in your life just like you would set up in your own home. You set up security to protect something that is precious to you. Like when somebody breaks in, even if it's your car, you feel really violated. And a lot of people end up moving. It's just never the same because someone violated your safe zone. Someone came into a very intimate space where your family lives. And they came in like it was nothing and they just rummaged the house and they took things and they were so careless and it was so thoughtless and it was just an invasion, right? That's traumatic. So why are you letting people into your life or things into your life that are invading your privacy, that are invading your space, that's causing you to feel like, I don't want to be in my life anymore. I don't want to be in my skin anymore because this person is in my life and I don't feel good about it. Right? So set up those security systems, set up those hedges, set up those fences. Would turn the sprinklers on when that person's coming down that driveway again. Like I told you to go. Right? Leave it at the door and you can go. And it's the same thing inside of your house. Like when you know exactly what you want and yes, I want this in my house. I am not willing to accept this in my house. You ain't going to act like that in my house. That is exactly how it should be in your own life with whoever is in it. Whatever you are building, when something is broken in your house, you fix it. If the hot water is broken, you're not just like, oh, well, let me just give it a few more days and just see if it comes around. No, you fix it. You have insurance on your house. Where is the insurance on your life? Right? Okay. If something's broken in my life, friendships, relationships, finances, health, emotional health, mental well-being, spirituality, self-care. If something is broken, you can't just, nah, well, let me just see if things change here. I'm just gonna give it a few more minutes, a few more days. No, you fix it because those are the things that build your life. Those are the things that make up your dream life, just like your dream house. You got a hole in the roof. You're not going to let it sit there and rain. You're not going to let the winter come and let it snow or let it be cold or let it be, blazing hot. And even if it's just a temporary fix, what are you going to do? You're going to fix it and you're going to focus on it until you can get it fixed. 100%. The same goes for your life. Stop letting things run around all shoddy and breaking down and not paying attention to them. Like they're not important because they are. How are you going to wake up every day and have this beautiful, amazing schedule and be this beautiful, amazing person, even in your darkest days? How are you going to wake up and be strong and be empowered in who it is that you are if you're letting things break down around your life? You're not going to invite people over if your house is all broken and tore up. You'd be embarrassed because you take what in your home? You take pride in your home, as you should. You work hard for that home. You work hard to keep that home, right? To make that mortgage payment. You have insurance on your home because you want to protect that home. You work hard on the weekends to clean your home. You work hard to decorate it on the holidays. Your home, it's important that your home smells good to you because this is a place that you come in and want to go, oh my God, I'm home. It feels so good to be home. It feels so good to sit on my couch. It feels so good to lay in my bed. It feels good to be in my own kitchen. That is exactly how you should feel when you wake up every day in your own life. And just like your house, it's going to get messy sometimes. And your days are not going to be smooth, and your schedule is not going to be on point, and you're going to be running from the time, the sun hits the top of those clouds to the time it has set and beyond. And that's okay. It doesn't mean your house is going to be messy forever. It just means you pay a little bit more attention and say, you know what? I am choosing a weekend. I'm choosing a day. I am enlisting all of my family members, and we're going to clean this house because why? Because I'm tired of it being cluttered. I can't live like this. It's overwhelming. I don't feel good. It induces stress. When you come off of a really messy, stressful day, the last thing you want to do is walk into laundry all over the place, dishes all over the place. I know for me, I love a clean kitchen. I hate cleaning the kitchen, but the feeling I have when it's done, everything else could be in disarray. If I have a wake up to a clean kitchen, go to bed to a clean kitchen, I feel so good. So it's important to me to do the extra work that I need to do. Is it clean every single night? Hell no. But that's like life. Life isn't clean all the time. But I know what things are valuable to me. I know what things need to be taken care of in order for me to wake up and go to bed feeling really good. And those are the things that I value. And those are the things that I pay attention to. And those are the things that I work on because my life is precious to me. It means something to me. It's valuable. It's worthy. It's great enough. It's so good that I want to make it better. Even in the times that it's completely cluttered and messy, that's okay. It's not something that I will let linger on and on and on. It's something that I will eventually clean up when I learn how to clean up the correct way or when I have the time to clean up. And I will make the time to clean up my life. I will make the time. I will do what I need to do to protect me and my life from people just thinking they can come in and walk all over my clean white floors. No, ma'am. You can either leave your shoes at the door so you can leave your shit at the door, excuse my language, and then you can come inside. And if you don't want to do that, then you're not coming inside. And I'm okay with that. No, my hedges are tall enough where you cannot look over. I have a gate that's locked. I have a fence. So you can't, not everybody who's walking down the street can see what's going on in my home. That's just like with my life. Not everybody is privy to the information in my life. A lot of people think they are. A lot of people think they are, and they ask very inappropriate questions, and they are very inconsiderate. And that's not for me to control. That's who they are. And they can go every single day thinking that they should have a full access VIP pass to Megan De La Concha's life. But guess who's the pass holder? Me. And no, they do not. And I might have to shut that. They might knock every single day and I do not answer, or I answer and say, nope, bye, and shut it. That's okay. I will do what it takes to protect my house because what happens inside of that house is valuable and it's intimate and it means something to me, right? So why would I live my life any different? Why would I have a beautiful home that's clean, that's protected, that's secured, and not live my life the same way? It doesn't make sense. So, when you're thinking about how you want to create your new life or what you want in it and what you don't want in it, think about your life as a house. Literally take out a piece of paper and put the foundation and put the walls and the rooms and the colors and what the security looks like. And do you have a pool? Do you have a fence? Is it screened in? Do you have hedges? Do you have a long driveway? Do you have land? Do you have privacy? What is it about your dream home that you actually love and that you want and that you desire? And how does it make you feel to be in that house every single day. And I want you to write all of that down. But instead of naming rooms, actually creating and actively living in your dream life where it's not even a dream anymore. It's just your life. But you have to take care of what you have right now in order to even fathom if you can't take care of a 500 square foot home, what makes you think you're going to take care of a 5,000 square foot home? It doesn't make sense. So build your life based on how you would build your dream home. And it's really easy because we're also like, oh, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know, what does that even look like for me? And that's okay. So you put it into something where you can relate to it. Let me build a house. Let me literally draw a house on a piece of paper, name the rooms. What do I want? What do I don't want? Who would I let in? What type of people do I want in my house? What type of things do I want to do in my house? What type of things do I not want in my house? What type of things will I not accept anymore? What type of people will I not accept anymore? What measures will I take to protect my house? What boundaries will I place on my house? Take that and just literally apply it to your life. What are non-negotiables for you? Who are you going to accept into your life? Who are you not going to accept into your life? What type of things are you going to allow into your life? What are you doing in your life? How are you taking care of your life? How are you protecting your boundaries, your goals? What are your habits? I hope you guys all took away something from that and you really do sit down with a notebook and you practice that. You will be very surprised that you will find out exactly what you don't want and exactly what you do want. And then with that, you have a foundation to be able to evaluate your life right now and say, you know what? Wow, no wonder I'm not getting anywhere. No wonder I'm feeling completely overwhelmed all the time and I'm tired and I'm exhausted and I feel defeated and I feel disappointed because I'm letting so much crap into my life, including people that don't belong there. I don't really want there. And then you can start to take the measures and the action plan to set goals and habits and boundaries that tighten its grip where that you actually are molding your life in the way that you want. And that's exactly what we're going to be covering in the workshop that is later this month. I am going to sit with you and work with you on how to create your new life vision built on these same principles. It's going to be intense, it's going to be interactive, but it's going to be super effective and super transformational. With that being said, I hope you guys have the most wonderful, empowering week ever. Please reach out to me via Instagram, Facebook, email. However you get information from me, I want to hear from you. How can I better serve you? Stay tuned for something amazing, especially this workshop. You want to get on my email list. I send an email once, maybe twice a week. But you're going to want to get on the wait list so that you know when we can work together, when you can work with me and we can build your new life's vision that is in complete alignment with who you are. Not everybody else, not the roles that you play in life, but your core identity so that you move the needle forward into actually living the life that's just on your vision board. Let's make it a reality together. Remember to like, share, subscribe. It's the best way to support me, myself, and I. And I will catch you here next Monday. I hope you guys have an amazing day, a wonderful week. Please reach out to me. I am here to serve you. All right. Ta-ta for now.